I read The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, and I've yet to read Night Circus. And I feel like I should have done that one first. I have really mixed thoughts on this one. Obviously, like, the Night Circus was huge, and I really missed that one. I know I bought the book, and it's still on my TBR, like, a million years later. If you don't know what The Starless Sea is about, it's a very whimsical, like, adventure type of thing. There's two main characters, but like the one that you follow the most, I think, his name is Zachary. He's a grad student, kind of shy, introverted, that type of person, and when he was younger, he sort of missed an opportunity to go on this like crazy adventure. So when it comes by again, he's actually able to kind of like recognize what's going on, and he searches after these people who are like bookkeepers but like live in secret. And the reason he knows that he missed this crazy adventure is because he gets a book from the library and starts reading it and realizes that one of the short stories is about his childhood, and it's too specific for it to have been a coincidence that he's like, oh my gosh, like, I missed this door, a literal door. I will say I like loved the writing style when I first started it. I was just completely like, I'm going to love this book. This writing style like it was so pleasing to my brain, and it stayed like that most of the time. It got a little, sometimes there would be paragraphs where I was like, this is really like rambling, a lot of words. Like it's a thick one, kind of, like it doesn't look that big, but it's like almost 600 pages. And I could, a lot of the time, feel myself checking out when we were on those long, kind of rambly, super detailed sentences. The problem I had with this book was that I didn't connect to the characters very much. I liked them, and I liked the idea of a lot of them, but for me, the narration, the way it was told, so like wordily, what word are you looking for? But the way the narration was, it was so far removed from the characters for me that I couldn't, I don't know, like latch on and be super interested and super drawn into what they were doing. But like I loved the concept of what was going on. So like even though I really didn't fall in love with any of the characters in this book, I really I wanted to visit the world in this. Like I wanted to go to the places that were being described, and I think especially for people who just like, if you love a good, like, trying to paint a picture, like emerald green, there's a dog outside. If you like dark wooded libraries and old books and like kind of dark academia type of stuff, you will enjoy this even if you don't connect to the characters, because it had that vibe just so well, and it is beautifully written. So I'm going to go into like a couple spoilers. So if you haven't read it at all, goodbye, this is your exit. One of my biggest problems in this book was the entire time I wanted to go back to the pirate and the girl's story, where she at the beginning was like telling him stories right before he was gonna get executed or whatever, and I just wanted to go back there. I'm going to blame like Book Talk and like Sarah J. Maas books specifically, because like that was the story I wanted. Like these two strangers going on some crazy fantasy adventure, escape death like Jack Sparrow. I had it all planned out, and I was like, when we get back there, that's when I'm gonna start enjoying this for realsies. And we didn't really ever return. It obviously came around, but like it wasn't what I wanted. When we met Dorian, I was like, this is gonna be so good. Like he told the story in the dark at that party, where first of all, the fact that Zachary like narrowed down that search to find like the one woman with the necklace that matched the emblem on the book, that whole thing was crazy. I was like, good job sleuthing. I don't know if I would have found that. But then he did, and he shows up and he sees Max, aka Mirabelle, who draws the doors, and he was like, I need to talk to her. And then when he's at the party, I don't know, like he goes through the closet to Narnia. Like I don't remember how he got in the dark, but then Dorian comes up and starts telling him stories, and I listened to the audiobook, and that part was just, the person who did the narration on that book, A+, because he caught that like storyteller cadence so well, and I loved it. And I was like, I'm going to love this dude. And I just, after that, didn't catch on to him. I felt like they had such a good adventure set up for them. And then it like happened all apart because Dorian got kidnapped within like 5 seconds. And then we were apart for the rest of the time because he went through that door and he found like the story keeper dude or whatever. He had to take the potion. It was very Alice in Wonderland. And it took us so long to get Dorian back that I like didn't feel the connection they did. They were so intense, I felt like, really fast for having spent like 0 time together. Did I like them both? Yes, but I couldn't grab onto their romance, I guess. Because to me, there wasn't enough foundation for them to like be together yet. And that was really, really frustrating. Once we got towards the end of the book, I don't know if I like zoned out while I was reading, which like happened a fair amount in this book. I feel really bad. Like the writing was nice, especially when you're listening on audiobook, like the cadence and just like the way the story is, like that narration is just so like it can lull you to sleep nicely. Like you'll be happy, but like it can lull you to sleep. So I think I zoned out for a while. So Mirabelle is like the daughter of fate and time, or just fate and a person. I should have made this review like right after I read this. It's been too long. But like I loved that she could draw the doors between like the Starless Sea world and the Starless Sea world. Okay. And like the regular world and let these people in. Because all these people who come into the Starless Sea and this crazy like library where all the story keepers are. Oh, we didn't even talk about, okay, this short story at the beginning where the one girl becomes one of the keepers and they take them in, they brand them, and then they'll put honey on your tongue so that's the last thing you taste, and then they will cut it off. It is so messed up. I did not understand the war between the 2 book associations. So we have the people of the Starless Sea library thing, and then we have that other place where Dorian was like, I need you to go steal a book out of there and I will give you back your book because Dorian stole it. And so Zachary does it, and like the doorknobs like hanging, that was cool. I really liked that, and I liked how he had to get the book out of there, but I didn't understand why why these people were at war. It had to have been explained. If you understood like everything that went on in the book, like please let me know. I have the attention span of a kindergartner. I can't hold on to this. I did like how all the stories that we were being told throughout ended up tying together and like at least seeming like they were real. And I was happy that everybody ended up happy together. And like the imagery of the Starless Sea, I really, really enjoyed. We need to wrap this up. I have no idea. Kat was my favorite character. We hardly spent any time with her. I did like her little like expedition to go find Zachary. I don't know why we made it such a thing that they weren't close friends. Maybe just to like say like, oh, Zachary didn't have anyone who was close to him. But like Kat knitted him a scarf. She constantly invited him to stuff. They went and got drinks on the regular, and like then she went and searched after him and like took clues in this notebook, even though like she was basically getting threatened like once she started doing that. It just irked me when it was like, oh, they weren't really like super close friends. I was like, I feel like you need to be pretty close friends with someone to go on this like wild goose chase to hunt them down. Anyways, we leave off with like talking to Kat, and she's like, I really hope that one day me and Zachary are gonna have like a really good conversation about like where he went and what happened. Like she kind of ends up believing he's alive out there somewhere, and like that's not a happy ending for her. I don't know. Obviously like his mom, I know that she's like a fortune teller, and she was like, I know that he's fine, but like I think I would still be concerned. I did like his mom's conversation with Kat. That was really sweet. Her inviting her for Thanksgiving. That's why I feel like we needed like a little epilogue thingy. Like if Zachary could show up for like Thanksgiving and Kat be there on a whim and Dorian's there, that would be great. That didn't happen here, and I don't think we're going to get that. That doesn't seem like the type of story this is. That would really pull it together for me. I'm very conflicted on my grade for this one. Like I feel like it's like a 3 out of 5. Do I normally do this out of 10? Like 6 out of 10. But I really liked the writing style until I got frustrated with it, and I really liked the mystery of the book until I couldn't catch on to the characters. So, can't remember how I rated this on Goodreads. How did you feel about this? Which character did you connect with the most? I feel like Kat's the only one I really wanted to hang out with. Please like this video if you liked it. Click subscribe if you want to talk about more book stuff. My name's Katelyn. Thanks for watching. Bye!